So now we've constructed our box, aka our drawer, we need to fit the drawer into the kitchen cupboard or kitchen cabinet. And one of the most difficult things about fitting drawers into a handmade kitchen cabinet is getting the runners to line up so that the drawer slides in and out nice and easily. It is a real bugbear of mine. It is so difficult to get it right the first time. But I've come up with this idea that I'd like to share with you, just to try and help you when you come to fit your slide-in drawers in your kitchen cabinet. So what I've done, I've already fixed the drawer runners to the side of the drawer. I measured from the bottom of the drawer up and made sure it's nice and level. I've also measured inside the kitchen cabinet where I want to put these runners. But again, fitting these runners to the kitchen, inside the kitchen cabinet and get them exactly where you want them is really problematic. So what I've done, or what I like to do, is actually remove this part of the drawer runner once it's fixed to the drawer. And usually there's a little clip, there you go, there's a little clip there. We push that down and that should release that off of there. So now we've got this in our hand, we put this down. So now we've removed this part from the kitchen drawer, we need to install it into the kitchen cabinet. We need to make sure they are both equal and none of them are twisted. We don't need them twisting like that or one higher than the other. And to do that, I've come up with this little idea I'd like to share with you. Hopefully help you fit your drawer runners in your kitchen cabinet a little bit easier. Come inside and I'll show you what I've done. So here we are inside Becky's van. You can see I've already installed one of the drawer runners. And to make sure this is in absolute perfect position, I used a small engineer's rule, which I borrowed off of my friend Tim, Toolman Tim. And he's now moved to Australia, so yeah, I must go to Australia and give him his rule back. Right, anyway, so the most crucial measurements are from this edge in to where the drawer runner starts, and in this instance I've done it at 20mm, and then from the top down I've done it at 130mm. Now to make sure I get the runner in the right place, I use two scribes. I put the ruler there like that from the top down, and then use this scribe and I actually put it at the 130mm mark and then push it in and leave it like that. And then when I come to fit the runner, I actually rest the runner on top of this, and using my other scribe I'll make a hole or an indentation where I want the screw to go. Doing it like this is really super precise and hopefully I won't have any issues. So right, so I've done this side already. Now all I need to do is the other side. I'll show you exactly what I do. Now I've already drawn a line down here, and this line goes the whole length of the cupboard. This should be 120mm in from the edge. As you can see, it is. There's two lines. The first one was a mistake. I've already marked it very roughly using a normal rule, 130, but as you can see, looking at the ruler or the rule, you can actually see it's not quite 130, it's a bit too much. So placing my rule up against the top of the cabinet, I now go to the 130 with my scribe and put that pinpoint accuracy in like that. Take that away, wedge this in like this, move it down out of the way. I then get my drawer runner, rest it on top of the scribe. I then look at this pencil line, roughly on that line, and because this hole is slotted, I can adjust it later. The important thing is to make sure that the screw goes dead in the middle of this slot. There, like that. There you go, you can see the little dot there. Now I'll make a real good insertion like that. Then put a screw in that hole. It's very difficult to do this and film it at the same time. Screw this up. I'm not going to do this up really tight because I need to make sure that the position of this is in the right place. I'm just going to do it up loose like that. A bit more, a little bit tighter than that. That's it, perfect. Now I'll take out my scribe. Just let that rest for a minute. Again, get my engineer's rule. Now we concentrate on the back part. Using my engineer's rule, I'll slide it underneath the runner, touch the top like that, and now, get the rule round the right way, Mel. Unit metric side, not imperial. Like this. And then take my scribe, put it on the 130 mark, right there, like that. Push. Take the rule out of the way. Make sure that's in like that, and there you go. Now, align this other side here. We come back to the front again with our rule. Make sure 20 in from the edge. So that 20 in from the edge. Now go back to the back like that, and in this hole we're going to put another screw right in the middle of that hole there. Like that. I'm only going to put these two screws in to start with. I can't see because my arm's in the way. Take that out. Do this one up. Like that. And that's it, that's our two drawer runners fitted. So now hopefully these will line up perfectly. Let's get the drawer and see if it will slide in. If it does, then we'll go ahead and add some more screws. Just move that out of the way. I don't want to scribe Becky's nice flooring. That should go in there like that. Go on, in you go, wiggle in. We're in. Oh, it's locked. Damn it. That's it. There we go. There we are. Perfect first time. Should push it and open it. There you go. A nice simple solution to a massive problem. And all you need are two scribes and an engineer's rule for absolute precision. Don't try doing it with a tape measure. Make sure you use a rule. Right, let's take it out and put some more screws in to make it nice and secure. And to do that, I simply release these clips again, each side. Take this out. Put it up there very carefully. And now I'm going to put more screws in this side, more screws in that side. Then all I've got to do is the next one down. We'll leave these like that without the drawer. Because what we're going to do now, for the next drawer down, I'm going to use these as a guide for the next set of runners for the next drawer. But Becky can't quite decide whether to have one more big drawer down here or another two drawers. I've kind of said to her, why not make another two of these drawers this side, then that way you'll have three regular drawers and one big drawer at the bottom rather than just two drawers. Yeah, so she'll end up with 4 drawers instead of 3. I think that's the way to go, but then We'll see what Becky thinks later on. Right, where's my screwdriver? Let's put some screws in this. And then Rebecca's going to go home tonight and get all her pots and pans and stuff and see how it all stacks up. See whether or not she can get away with just one big drawer and 3 small drawers. Just to give her an idea of what she actually wants to do. Oh, let's use my scribe and make sure I get this in the right place. Again, using one of these scribes, it's just a pointer. It's a really good way of making sure you get your screws in exactly the right place. And it's a darn sight quicker than trying to use a drill. And if you do use a drill, sometimes they move around and slip about as well. Whereas using one of those pointed scribes, it's really precise, like I say. Oh, there's another one there. And you put as many of these in as I possibly can on each side. Make full use of all these slots. That way making it as strong as possible. Because after all, your camper van, when you're driving around, it's like having a home that's in a constant state of earthquake. So just bear that in mind as well. Use as many of these screws as you possibly can. Because at the end of the day, that's exactly what you're doing. You're building a home that's going to be in a constant state of earthquake. Right. So there we go. All done. Now all I've got to do is wait for Rebecca to decide whether she wants one big drawer here or 2 drawers similar size to this. There is enough room for 2 of these drawers, or there's enough room for 1 big drawer. So I guess we'll just have to wait till tomorrow for when Rebecca comes back and lets us know what she wants. I'll see you then. Well, Becky decided to go for 1 big drawer in the middle. So that's what I've done. I've made her a nice big drawer. So she's got a huge drawer at the bottom, a big drawer in the middle, and a nice slim drawer at the top. Now this time round, when it comes to fitting the drawer runners, I actually used a piece of an offcut. And what I did, to make sure I get equal spaces, I used another offcut, laid that on top of this lower drawer, and then put this offcut up against the side, took my pencil, drew a line, and then did exactly the same for the other side, thus making sure I got both runners exactly equal height. And it worked out really well. Also used the same piece of strip of wood in the drawers and lined it up with the bottom of the drawer to get the runners exactly where I wanted them. And I've just finished screwing the runners into place. So now let's see if I got it right. Pretty sure I have. Confidence levels are running high. Let's get that, line that green tab up. Like that. Wiggle it in. There we go. Oh yeah. Look at that, absolutely brilliant. So there we are. 3 drawers, all fitted. All I've got to do now is make the fascia plates to go on the front. Oh yeah, it works really well. It's got to be the best one so far. Top one's a little bit iffy. There you go. That was the first one. Or was it the bottom one that was the first one? It doesn't matter. The important thing is, I've got 3 drawers, they all fit nice and snug. Let's pretend this is the face plate. You can see that's how it's going to end up. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. I'm just going to use 9mm ply to make the face for these. And that's it, we're done. Well, I've just finished putting the drawer fronts on. I think Becky likes it. Do you like it, dear?
I think it's wonderful.
Really?
Yeah, Mel has exceeded his skills in this department.
Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. So would you like to demonstrate how they work? We'll just get you in frame. There you go.
So I asked Mel for 3 different sizes as well. So I wanted a large drawer for the air fryer and appliances, middle drawer for pots and pans, top drawer for utensils. So, as demonstrated, they're really hard to push. There we go.
It's alright, we can edit that.
Comes all the way open, so it's a 3-section slider as well, so it means you can get completely to the back, you don't miss any of the storage, and you simply just push back in and they close. So don't have to have any external clips to keep the drawers from opening, they will just hold like that no matter what. Second one, exactly the same. And the bottom one, which is my favourite. Again, it fully extends and it's huge. Yeah. So all in all, he's done a fantastic job. I'm really, really pleased.
And people are going to ask, where did you get the runners from?
The runners are the same company that did the pull-out drawer in the back of the van. If you haven't seen that video, we'll link it up here. And they are a company called VADANIA, and they specialise in heavy-duty drawer runners and also drawer runners for kitchens, and that's all they do.
Yeah. We'll put a link in the description.
We'll put a link down below to where you can get them. You can get them from Amazon as well.
Okay, we'll put a link in the description purely for your convenience. Well, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see what these drawers end up looking like once Rebecca's painted them, then do go over to Rebecca's channel, where I'm sure she'll be making a video very soon doing all the fine finishing touches to this camper van interior. As for me, I think my job's about done, isn't it?
Nearly.
Oh, is there more?
There's a couple more finishes yet.
There's me thinking I'd finished it. What else have I got to do?
We've got the plinths to go behind the seats
Oh
here.
yeah, I forgot about that.
We've got a
Down here where the diesel heater is, I've got to put a plinth there. Completely forgot. My bad. Right, okay. Well, we're going to end this video there then, because I've still got some more work to do. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now. Don't forget to check out Becky's channel.
Yeah.